possessions. What was he doing so effectively, and what were you guys doing so effectively to let him get his game going?
He just was assertive, aggressive. Got the role a couple times. Sometimes it's like that. They go in some nights they don't. Tonight was one of those nights for P. That's we've seen that before plenty times. So not surprised at all, but definitely good to see him bounce back after not shooting the ball well last night. Again, it's probably mental at this point in terms of just the flow and the energy, and he just got to go do it, and he did it tonight.
How hard is it for a player to forget a bad game really quickly?
The great ones is not hard at all. You know what I mean? If you want to be good, you want to be great in this league, is what you got to do. So, I've seen them do it before. We've done it before. So, again, for me personally, it's just as expected. I wouldn't expect anything less. Now, 10 for 12 is, it's hard to shoot 10 for 12 with no defense sometimes. So, for him to do that, is impressive for sure. It was just one of those nights for him, but just good to see him aggressive and assertive. And if he plays like that and everybody else is locking in on the defensive end, we'll have a chance most nights.
Nick did say that you guys were more defensively like yourselves, flying out the guys, getting guarding the three-point line and the paint. Is that just an energy thing, or is it a familiarity thing, or what? Why is it there some nights and not others?
Uh, Again, like we were a little bit better. They helped us a little bit, and that's just the way it goes. But you got to bring the effort and the intensity every night for the whole game. And I thought that we did that tonight, other than the fourth quarter, which is it's hard to play like that in any league, especially this one.
Fred, if you don't mind, thinking ahead to Sunday, you got Golden State. They've been obviously on a roll. First question: do you like any kind of feeling about Golden State anymore? Given you did beat them for the title, like is it kind of an opponent you look at on the schedule at all?
No, other than it's usually a pretty good game. Over the last 2 years, it's been pretty intense games no matter what. I think they came down to Tampa last year and it was an ugly game, but other than that one, it's pretty tough game. They've been competing. I think it's good to see their trajectory in terms of their quote unquote rebuild from where they were the championship year and losing KD, and obviously we lost Kawhi, and they still have Steph and Clay, but for them to work themselves back up into who we're accustomed to seeing, I think it's good to follow. But every time we play them, it's been a tough game, so you always look ahead to playing them.
Just a thought on Steph. I mean, you're kind of an expert if there is such a thing, but what do you make of what he's been doing this year so far, and just even this past week? It's kind of bananas.
Yeah, I mean he's one of the best, of all time. So it's not a lot to say there in terms of it's probably harder to find stuff that he doesn't do than it is to explain all the good things he does. But just his spirit and his passion for the game is so good for the sport of basketball, and just how much he's impacted, people and kids all over the world, and just the way he carries it. So obviously, I always look forward to competing against him because he is one of the best of all time.
Fred, two questions for you online. The first one from Josh Lewinberg.
Hey, Fred. Second unit went on that run in the second quarter with Gary on the floor. You guys were loving it from the bench, showing them support. How nice was it to see that group get going?
It's really good. It's what we need. They really won us that game and changed the momentum of the game, and that's what good benches do. So there's going to be few nights out of the year, hopefully many nights out of the year, where they could come in and do that and get us some separation, get us a lead. And the only thing I'm mad about is I had to go back in the fourth quarter. But other than that, those guys played their butts off.
Thanks, Fred. Appreciate it, man. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Last question from Oren. Go ahead, Oren.
Yeah, hey Fred. On a more serious note, I saw on Instagram today you posted about the Kyle Rittenhouse verdict in Wisconsin. I'm just wondering if you wanted to share your thoughts on that and just how you're feeling personally about it.
Not really, to be honest with you, but I guess I'll say that I'm not surprised. I think this is, what the system is designed for, is to protect white people, young white people, especially young white men. I'm not an expert in the judicial system, other than to say that it's not designed for anybody other than that. I think it's a little outdated, to say the least. I think that we got to continue to use all the tools that we have at our disposal. I think that things are changing and they will continue to change. But we can't lose sight. We can't lose focus. We can't lose hope. I think that some of these verdicts and these decisions are directed and they're meant to diminish, the fight that people all over the country are fighting for. So again, I feel sorry for the victims, the families of the victims, but yeah, sad, mad, all of the same feelings that we have every time we get one of these things. And we'll look ahead to the next big media case, which is in Georgia. And hope that it's not more the same. But again, we got to continue to do all the fighting that we can each and every day. We got to encourage people to keep educating themselves on issues and how we can change some of these people in these positions. If you followed that trial at all, it would have been nice to have somebody else in the judge's seat, some other jurors. So again, got a lot of work to do. I don't know if it'll be our lifetime or our kids' lifetime or our grandkids' lifetime, but we got to do our part each and every day. And, that's, for me personally, that's what I'm focusing on as a leader of my family and this team and this organization. Just want to keep encouraging people to stay locked into the fight and focus. And, there's going to be setbacks along the way, and this is one of them, but we know how things are, and we got to do our part to try to change that.